Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to be looking at Lilith. Okay, so Lilith within astrology, this is essentially going to be the introductory video to this series because the series will be beginning during Scorpio season. So it's going to be season by season, so as we go from Scorpio through all the way to Libra, I'm going to be releasing the Lilith video for each season. But I wanted to take the time, of course, to inform you all as to what exactly Lilith is within your chart. Before we get started with this video, I would like to know where your Lilith placement is. So let us know in the comment section which sign it's in and which house it's in as well. Now there is a myth behind Lilith that I wanted to tell you all first. And as the story goes, Lilith was the first wife of Adam many years ago. Now once Lilith and Adam, they got together, what happened was Adam wanted Lilith to be submissive to him in a sexual sense, okay? But Lilith did not want this. She refused to have sexual relations with Adam in that submissive way. And she demanded that either they engage in these activities side by side or where she could lay on top of him sometimes. But Adam refused this. And what he did is he attempted to force her to have sex with him in the way that he wanted anyway. Naturally, Lilith was not happy about this. Lilith was furious. And what she did is she fled. And she became transformed into this she-devil, which resulted in her actually mating with other demons, later going on to have demon children with these demons. Three angels appeared to Lilith and they told her to go back to Adam. But she refused. And because she refused, these angels then killed her children, killed her demon children. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. But in Lilith's revenge, Lilith then went forth towards Adam and she killed his children. She not only killed his children, but she killed his grandchildren, all as a way to get revenge. And that's ultimately the story, okay? That's ultimately the story. I just find this story to be so relevant to our society nowadays, to the modern society, in terms of how I feel like it's so promoted to us and advertised to us that it's just men that should get pleasure out of sex or pleasure, which is so far from beyond the truth. I personally don't think that either a man or a woman should submit to another person. Why do we constantly go through these power plays between men and women? Why is there even a power play in the first place between them? I just don't see why it has to be one or the other. Why there has to be the power plays between the two. Why must anybody have to submit to another person at all? We constantly compare our capabilities to another person's capabilities and we think, right, okay, well, they're obviously better at that, so I should submit to that because they're better at it. But then I'm better at this, so they should submit to me because I'm better at it. And yes, I understand we all have our strengths and our weaknesses, but that does not mean that we're not capable. You could perhaps not be able to cook anything. I know people who can only cook beans on toast. Beans on toast. But with time and hard work and perseverance, these people can go on to be amazing cooks. They can cook loads of different foods. So it's not about submitting ourselves to another. It's about learning from the person and be like, right, there's your strengths. Teach me a little bit about what you know. Teach me how you can make like a stew and you can make lasagna and you can make these amazing smoothies. I would love to know because I can only make beans on toast. It's a really silly example, I know, but the point I'm trying to make is that our society just tunes it into us, plugs it into us that it's a submissive game we're always having to submit to another person because this person's more powerful and that person's more powerful. So I think with this myth, it's not only looking at the sexual submission, but I think it's looking at the power struggles overall. Now with this story, when Lilith does appear within our horoscope, she is in fact showing us where in our fairy selves we hold a place of this vengefulness, of the revenge. The place where we are willing to become as evil as those around us. And so it's Lilith that is a dark place within our charts. And to know where that darkness comes from is as important as knowing where it can take us and how and when. The sign which Lilith appears will then determine how the Lilith energy is being expressed. Then the house is where it will manifest itself. And I know dealing with our dark side is not very easy. It's not an easy thing to do. But it's about realizing that if we are to ever be provoked, whether that's justly or unjustly, that we'll be able to keep our vengefulness under control. Okay? Keep that under control. And trust me, I know, we get there, we feel it, right? We feel the anger and we feel the jealousy all bubbling up inside us, and we want so badly to go out and like slash somebody's tires or like throw paint on somebody's dress because they hurt us. But it's about keeping that dark monster under control, just seeing it, feeling it, saying, "Hi monster, I see you, I'm not scared of you. You want to come out to play? Not today, not today. Get under that bed. Oh, you'll like it, trust me." Because ultimately guys, this eye for eye maxim, no matter how appealing it might be, does not give us back what we want, which is our highest good. It's not about the person did this or the situation and oh my gosh, I just want to hurt that person. No, reflection. Turn it inward. Think, okay, how do I reflect on this situation? So following on from that myth of Lilith, did you know that there are actually 3 different types of Liliths? I know, right? Firstly, we have the dark moon Lilith, and this is also known as the walled masked moon. It's this dark moon Lilith that is really the hidden side of Lilith that isn't seen until some light can be shed on it and we really look for it. It is the dark moon Lilith that shows us how and where we are going to most likely act out our repressed anger and fears that we might have. Then we have the asteroid Lilith. And it's said that this asteroid represents the seat of our darkest, most deeply repressed issues and where we will essentially act out our Lilith energy. Last but not least, we have the black moon Lilith. And this Lilith is the most generally used Lilith within astrology, and it's the Lilith that I'm going to be looking at within this series. It's the black moon Lilith that comprises the true osculating Lilith as well as the mean Lilith. See, the osculating Lilith is known as the true Lilith, okay? But then we also have the mean Lilith. So try to just think of the mean and true Liliths as calculations within calculations for the black moon Lilith, really. Though how that all calculates, I'm not too sure. It's kind of difficult. Try to imagine the asteroid Lilith describing the first stage in the mythical journey where Lilith is suppressed, where she just feels so humiliated and she flees in this rage into the wilderness. But then imagine the dark moon Lilith to be the pain of her exile, where she plots her revenge, okay? She's sitting there plotting her revenge. But the black moon Lilith, which is the Lilith that we're going to be looking at within the series, that shows how she then transmutes that distorted image into its natural, healthy expression. Ultimately, guys, the Lilith sign illuminates the dark side of your sexuality. It's the wild sexuality that you're afraid to express that makes you feel vulnerable and empowered. And it's a sign that your Lilith is in that might come out whenever things are really bad. So Therefore, it's about doing what you can in order to express this energy in a positive way. And that's the very reason for this series, to tell you all about your Lilith signs and how you can express it positively. Anyway guys, that concludes my video on the beauty that is Lilith. Thank you for watching, and I will be back with that series in Scorpio season. I'll see you there. Bye!